About 12% of all gym memberships happen in the month of January alone, as people rush to begin their short lived New Year's resolutions. This massive influx is the lifeblood for a $30 billion fitness industry. And most of these new gym goers will pay somewhere between $20 and $60 a month for these services. But some will pay much, much more. I'm Charles from Running on Fire, and I use this YouTube channel to document my journey to financial freedom before I turn 30 years old. And to do that, I live frugally and save money wherever I can. But I consider fitness a necessity. I think a gym membership, as long as you use it, is a worthwhile investment in your mental and physical health. But recently I learned about the Equinox gym chain, and I don't think I could justify paying what Equinox charges. That's why I wanted to do a deep dive on Equinox and see just how expensive Equinox is and the impact that an Equinox gym membership would have on your financial health. And whether you're seriously considering an Equinox gym membership for yourself or are just looking to laugh at another egregious example of consumerism, I think you found the right video. So let's get into it. If you aren't familiar with Equinox, let me get you up to speed. According to Equinox, it's more than just a gym. It's a temple of well-being. Of course, Equinox does back up its claim that it's more than just a gym. It also offers personal training, Pilates, and yoga classes, all things that no other gym would offer. Oh, except I did all of those at my local YMCA. To be fair, something my YMCA doesn't have is the Equinox Plus mobile app, where you can watch classes. And I'm sure this is really useful if the thousands of free workouts uploaded on YouTube just aren't expensive enough for you. But what makes Equinox worthy of a video isn't the pretentious language that they use on their website. Instead, it's the cost of an Equinox gym membership. We're talking about monthly fees in the range of $185 to $500 a month. Just the initiation fee will run you $500 itself. Now, if your head hasn't already exploded by how ridiculously expensive that is, let me get into more detail. For $185 a month, you only get access to one gym location. And not just any gym location. Certain gym locations would still be off limits to these cheap bastards only paying $185. So for a cool $260 a month, you can get an all-access plan, which, by the way, is not actually all access. To actually get access to every gym location, you'll have to pay somewhere between $300 and $500 a month. To put this into context, apart from my housing costs, I only spend about $500 a month on all of my other expenses combined. And that includes what I consider to be an expensive gym membership of my own, transportation, insurance, and food. So $500 a month gets you access to gym facilities and a fancy app. But if you really want individualized help, you'll have to pay for a personal trainer. And that will run you another $150 for a 1 hour session. Should I have become a personal trainer? Surely, at $150 an hour, these people are all experts. I mean, $150 an hour is 3 times more than I'm paid as a data analyst. So these people all have PhDs, right? But that's where you'd be wrong, because their website boasts that their trainers have gone through 150 hours of education. So less than 4 weeks of training. So why would you be paying $150 an hour for their services? Well, according to Glassdoor, the average pay of a personal trainer at an Equinox gym is only $30 an hour. So I'm not really sure where the other $120 an hour goes. Maybe I'm being unfair. Maybe an Equinox gym membership really is worth the cost. To find out, I read this Business Insider review, where they sent one of their writers to find out for himself. Here are some of the most interesting quotes that I pulled from the review. At one point he says, "I couldn't shake the feeling I was being ripped off, since I'd be paying over double what my gym down the street charges for roughly the same workout area." Later, he says no Equinox gym itself is worth the monthly floor price, and that despite the biggest draw being the physical space, it's not uncommon that the number of people during rush hour can be prohibitive to a workout. He goes on to say that in contrast to the sex appeal that Equinox brands itself with, a cold and anonymous individualism dominated most of the locations. And let's not forget about the multiple complaints to the Federal Trade Commission about predatory billing practices. But this is where things get really good, because the writer then did a 5 hour health evaluation, which cost him over $750. The results of this ordeal? Well, Equinox told him that he needed to lose body fat or he would be at risk for certain negative health outcomes. The writer acts like this is a huge reveal, but I'm pretty sure you could tell this to 90 to 95% of Americans and you'd still be right. And I wouldn't have to charge you $750 for my services. But what makes this Business Insider review so incredible is that at the end of the article, the writer reveals that he's keeping his gym membership. After all of that, the writer still decided that $300 a month was worth it. Absolutely insane to me. But look, this channel is all about helping people reach financial freedom, so how would an Equinox gym membership change that? Well, the Business Insider review said that the $200 a month subscriptions just weren't worth it. So we're looking at least $300 a month. And let's not forget about the $500 initiation fee. That's obviously already a lot of money, but to really see how this would affect your retirement, we need to talk about what else you could do with your money. If you invested that $500 initiation fee and that $300 per month and earned a 7% inflation adjusted return for 10 years, you'd have over $50,000. If you did the same over 40 years, you'd have over $726,000. $726,000 is less money than I need to retire. Losing that much money to a gym membership is absolutely insane to me. And the financial impact is even bigger than that due to what I call the 26x multiplier. How much you need to retire is a function of how much you spend. And the rule of thumb is that you need 25 times your annual expenses to be able to retire. If you spend $300 a month on a gym membership, that's $3,600 a year. To support that expense in retirement, you'd want $90,000 invested just to cover your gym expenses. Personally, I'm trying to reach financial freedom before I turn 30 years old, so needing to save that much money just to cover my gym costs would make that dream impossible. And look, I didn't make this video to tell you that your physical health isn't important. It does matter, and if your physical health is one of your New Year's resolutions, then I hope you achieve your goals. But I'm a big believer that if you want to better your physical health, you shouldn't have to sacrifice your financial health to get there. In fact, you should be able to become healthier and save money at the exact same time, which is exactly what I did when I lost 60 pounds and became $50,000 closer to financial freedom in just a 6-month period. To see how I did that, you need to check out this video here. I think you'll like it, and I'll see you next time.